Hidden London Hangouts.
Hello everybody, welcome to season 4, episode 16 of the Hidden London Hangouts. We've been in Elizabeth line stations for the last few weeks, but we did promise you a mix and match of many other things, gems, Christmas delights. Trust me, at the end of this episode, you won't know what's just hit you. We've got so much to come. We're in a station, we're in the shop, and we're actually going around Europe as well. So sit back, relax, grab a gin and enjoy. I don't do this on my own. I've got 3 wonderful human beings from the London Transport Museum to guide us through whatever we're talking about. And trust me, the menu's pretty varied today. First of all, Chris Nix, looking resplendent in your Christmas jumper.
Hi there, Alex. I'm getting in the mood. This is a Christmas jumper from London Transport Museum shop from last year with a discreet roundel and a herd of reindeers. I was about to say a flock then because they're in the air, but yeah, herd.
Don't talk to me about flocks. Anything to do with birds, not liking it. My windscreen hated them earlier at the weekend. Siddy Holloway's here as well, wearing, I believe, the United Colours of London Transport Museum from last year.
No, it's this year.
It's green. Yes,
yeah,
green.
It's green. So
Lovely.
this is a children's size one, unfortunately, because that fits me. And I also have this year's scarf.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I've got the Siddy of being last year's model, Alex.
I know,
Jesus.
Do you know, the trouble with Zoom is that you see the colours wrong. So that's came up as grey, but then it is green, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is, Alex. Of course it is. I've got the COVID-sized jumper, which is obviously 7 sizes bigger than I needed it to be pre-COVID. Laura Hilton-Brown's here as well, looking gorgeous. Now, I have to say, I think that is last year's child-size jumper. Is that right, Laura?
I mean, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, right? I think I might even be 2 years away rather than 1, but I do match. I've just realised I match the roundel. Shoulder doesn't quite reach up there yet.
But also, Laura, we're always very, very impressed by your...
We match.
Yeah, we're always incredibly impressed by your decorated chest of drawers.
Yes, so I have my lovely roundel decorations, which are possibly my favourite, can't lie. And I've just put a little snowflake on there. I have to sit very awkwardly so you can see all 3, but yeah. Gorgeous,
you're looking fantastic. And we've actually got Laura, Queen of Shops, with us this time, head of retail for the London Transport Museum, Laura Mullins, looking gorgeous. And I have to say, Laura, your room is looking fabulous too. It's like a grotto.
Oh, why, thank you. Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. So it's an honour to be here.
We are delighted to have you. And the reason that Laura's here is because there are some amazing things in the shop this year, and we have to tell you about them because they're so exciting. Now, today, we're in Bank, right? Bank Station. Lots of things happening at Bank. Siddy and Chris went there to have a look round. And Chris, first of all, this was not your first trip to Bank Station, was it? Because you've been many times before, but we're now at kind of a crucial point in the Bank refurbishment and redevelopment, aren't we?
We are, yes. So back at the start of season 2, almost over a year ago, we went to King William Street Bank and we talked about how that oldest deep tube abandoned station is being reused to help expand Bank Station behind the scenes and make it easier to use. And it had been a little while since we were back there. I'd been 2 years ago for an update, and Siddy and I had the opportunity to go back again. So we thought we'd just give you a little update as to how it was getting on.
Now, one of the things that I love about the slideshows that you guys put together for us is that we get a little bit of tile magic. And Siddles, I'm assuming you had to don special high-vis garb to see these delights.
Yes, it was full PPE, which means orange trousers, orange shirts, glasses, hat, gloves, the works. You would have looked spectacular in that garb, as I'm sure. So yeah, this is, as Chris said, we've been there a few times before, but as we mentioned in that episode back in season 2, King William Street is being used as the access point into the bank upgrade project. So you actually have to walk through Old King William Street in order to get down to where the works is happening below ground. So we have to walk past these beautiful Victorian fleur-de-lis tiles that are still there on the wall from the time which that King William Street closed. So it's always a delight. There's something like, you just get giddy walking past those tiles because it's so iconic and historic and secret and fun and all those things.
Well, it was the first deep level tube station, wasn't it, at King William Street? And Laura, we've seen these tiles. We've seen them on the staircases at Elephant and Castle. We've seen them lurking in cupboards at Kennington. They're one of our favourites, aren't they, Laura?
I do really love these tiles. And when they came up on the picture, then I do have like a little I love these tiles moment. I just think they give me like a feel of something a little bit Grecian or kind of I love the kind of the swirls at the bottom. There's going to be a much more better term for that. But I totally have this on a mug or a plate or a tile in my house, 100%.
I love it. What's a Grecian urn? 50 drachma. Lovely stuff. Who'd like to see a shaft, Christopher Nix? Would you like to show us something else that's rather exciting about Bank?
Absolutely. So the Siddy mentioned that the route for the access for the works is through this shaft, which goes right through the middle of the old platform of King William Street. King William Street itself is up at that level where you can see those scaffolding railings around that rim, just where those two pipes stop at either side. That's the platform at King William Street. Just
to clarify what you said, I think I'm right in thinking. So we have gone so much further than further down than the original King William Street station, and it actually is right up there where those pipes are. Yeah, those tunnels.
So where you can just see that.
Wow.
Where you can see that green light on the right-hand side of the photo. That's where we just come from, where we saw those tiles, and it's kind of about a third of the platform is back to the right-hand side there, and another third.
That is incredible.
Left.
And how much further deep it's gone as well to get the new bank station built.
We're at the level of the southbound running tunnel here, so we're stood in the place that southbound Northern Line trains will be thundering through in the near future. And this is a fabulously rare site to have access to because it's such a busy building site, construction site. The only way that you can get to see it is through our virtual tours for the King William Street virtual tour.
Beautiful.
Well, it's also because it's going to be the running tunnel. At this point, it's about to run underneath the River Thames. So I think we've spoken about this before in episodes, that the platforms are always on like a slight hill, so that when the trains are coming up into it, they kind of decelerate a little bit as they come into the platform, and then they accelerate when they come out of it. So it is a little bit deeper than the platform itself will be, but really nice to see it kind of in relation to King William Street and everything else.
Gorgeous. Take us there, team. I want to see vision. I want to see moving pictures. I want to be there. I want to be Roman Polanski. Let's do this.
Well, Siddy, it's been a while since we were here, wasn't it?
Well, you were last here 2 years ago. I was last here 3 years ago.
And it's come on quite a lot since we were last here. There we go. Northern Line project at Bank.
Oh, that's rather nice. So that is the platform.
Correct.
Yep.
That is the
so what the
platform.
Yeah, so they've started doing the cladding, as you can see on the side there. So they're starting to clad the platform walls with the panels that are going to be there, kind of acting as the wall of the platform. It's really very interesting to see it all happening in real time, because the precision of which they have to do this is extraordinary.
Now, when we were at London Bridge, we talked about basically what is going on at Bank. They're making Bank very, very different and making it much, much bigger so more people can go there comfortably. And the way in which they're doing that, Chris, am I right, is that they are moving one of the Northern Line platforms to the side. And that means it takes the tunnels with them and the tracks with them, and it makes where the track used to be effectively a new concourse, a bit like we saw at London Bridge.
That's exactly right. Yes. So the new southbound tunnel platform is what we're in here, and the old one will become a concourse, as you say, to add extra capacity to the other running tunnel. And meanwhile, this new concourse area will sit in between these two Northern Line tunnels and connect seamlessly into Central Line, DLR, and really act to sort out what is a fantastically complicated station at Bank. It's accreted rather than being designed. It's just kind of formed up from the first private underground railway to build one there, and then the next. And so that's why it's such a complicated beastie. And this will really help to sort it out. Best of all, it happens behind the scenes. So the underground could have simply closed Bank Station and the Northern Line for 5 or 6 years and done this, front of house. What they've done is they've done the majority of it behind the scenes without passengers ever seeing it, and they only have to close it for around 6 months to get this done.
Sort the tunnels out. Similar happened at Angel as well, didn't it? When they took the island platform away, they moved the northbound running tracks effectively west, and gave them that big lump of space in the middle to create your concourses and your extra platforms and everything else. It's incredible how the Northern Line is doing this in several places. I always find it an absolute mind-blowing experience, really. We've got another video as well, haven't we, Chris, to see what else is going on there?
We have. So the next bit that they've got to do is connect this new piece of southbound tunnel onto the old southbound tunnel. And that is a very tricky process.
So this is the northern end of the new southbound tunnel on the Northern Line going through Bank.
Yep.
Behind us at the moment, it's blocked up, isn't it?
Yep, but it's going to be broken into next year. So that blockade that's closing the Northern Line is because they're actually going to tunnel through that into the existing line and connect all of this up.
But it has a secret tunnel at the moment because actually there's a tiny little board heading through there which brought all of the rail to be laid on the track that's in front of us that way. The amazing engineering feats behind this project are just glorious to behold.
Can't wait for it to open.
Yeah.
We've seen some incredible engineering feats in this series alone. We saw the Northern Line extension to Battersea. We're now just luxuriating in the Elizabeth Line every week at the moment, and now we see this. These guys are phenomenal in what they can achieve, and since I have used Laura's word phenomenal, would you not agree, Laura, that it makes you a little bit proud to be able to get access to this and see what we can see before even the public gets to see it?
Absolutely. And any clip that these guys or we've gone on that uses the word secret tunnel, I'm like, hello, I'm interested in that. And what's pretty cool about the clips that we've just seen is normally when we do site visits, there's either, some work that's gone on or some work that's going on, but very rarely are we there whilst it's going on in the background. So that was really interesting to see that you're just in the thick of it, kind of in there in the moment. So that was pretty cool.
Secret tunnels, how fabulous. The virtual tours are on their way. Keep an eye on the LT Museum website for more details. Now, how's your Christmas shopping going? Anything like mine? Dire. We're going to get that sorted out in one fell swoop. It's going to be amazing. Look at us. So that is the big boss of the London Transport Museum. That's Sam Mullins. Many people in the museum share either Christian names or surnames. And this is Sam Mullins. We've got Laura Mullins on the show as well today. And there's me in my very, very lovely jumper. And as you can see, that shop is looking fantastic. Laura, Queen of Shops, you must be very proud of your shop.
I am. I think it looks particularly festive this year, and I think our Christmas jumpers are probably, the best ones we've had so far. I'd just like to say, actually, that me and Mr. Mullins aren't related, though, because same surname. But some people do ask that question. But no, he is not my father.
Do you know what? I've got so many Chris's in my life. It terrifies me. Really. So, another Chris. It's great. Now, in addition to the lovely shop, there is also a Winter Wonderland with a rechargeable sleigh. Is there not, Mr. Nix?
There is. So Santa is inhabiting his Winter Wonderland grotto, and this year his sleigh's just on charge at the moment. You've got to comply with the ULEZ, haven't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well done there. Some nice little cushions there as well. More on that in just a moment. And also the shop is looking, really That to me is my favourite picture of the lot.
That's our big red roundel.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's a shame you don't sell those as shelves. I think there'd be an awful lot of people around the world who'd like one of them. But there's too much to go out there, actually. There's the lovely roundels, which are available as well. And if we just cut back away from the slideshow, you might remember that when we did a previous episode of this, we saw one of our lovely viewers' Christmas trees, and it had a glass tube train on it. And I said, I found that in a shop, a very expensive shop, for 28 quid. Well, I didn't want to spend that because I'm tight. But Laura said to me, as I was walking around the shop the other day, she said, look, we do woolen tube trains. Isn't that cool? So I thought, I'll have one of them. So I've got my tube train for the tree, which I'm very, very delighted with. But the reason that Laura is here is because we thought in the greatest of smashy and dicey top 5, we'd do a top 5 sellers from the London Transport Museum shop, just in case you're looking for gifts for your friends and family. And Laura, in at number 5.
In at number 5 for Christmas gifts this year, we have the Hidden London book, which you know about. So
look at this, kids. We've all got one. This is great. Yay! It's an amazing. We love this book so much. Before the series even started, even series 1, I read this book because I'd broken my wrist. I read the book in a day. It is such a great book to read. I love it. So it's selling well, is it, Laura?
It's selling so well. It's been on sale for about 2 years now. And obviously it's just packed full of beautiful photographs, unseen photographs and illustrations. And Siddy here had a lot to do with it, as did Chris and Sam. And yeah, it's just a fabulous book, totally exclusive. Well, you can buy it other places, but obviously we're the best people to buy it from.
I believe it is possible to buy copies that haven't been signed by me and Siddy as well.
Oh, I'm really sorry. Mine has been. I'm really sorry. Mine has been. And it's a great book. So there's your first. I mean, that's a proper A-grade gift, isn't it?
Gift, the perfect price point, £25. It's a really, it's a really accessible price point and a beautiful book.
Now, in at number 4,
we have moquette cushions, and that I mean all moquette cushions, because we do them in 2 different sizes. Obviously there are a lot of moquettes out there, but we're really good stocks at the moment. So we're selling the mini one at £35, and then we've got the larger 60 by 60 at £60, and they're on sale in the shop and online. And like I said, lots of stocks, lots of patterns, so come and get your moquette cushions. It's a real unique gift, especially for anyone into transport or design.
I love, and apparently, Laura, you and I share our favourite moquette is Straub. This one.
Yeah, but you can pronounce it and I can't, so.
I love this one so much. Chris, what have you got there?
I like the mini cushion too. I happen to have mine in Shield. Edith Marks classic.
You know what though? I just looking at the Straub cushion in your hand, Alex. I was just realizing.
I'm so sorry, Straub. Hang on, that one.
Yep, Straub would look really good on my new sofa. So just anyone watching this,
very reasonably priced, Siddy. That's
I love this. And of course this one's Barman, which has been featured many times before on the episode. True London moquette, and you can buy that in cushion form as well. I feel like I'm doing QVC. This is the weirdest moment.
This is LVC. This is
Laura's value and
maybe it's calling, Alex, I mean.
Next up is what do we got? Number 3. Oh my goodness, train sets number 3.
Yeah, it's a classic train set as well, but it's a classic one with a twist. It's our City of London train set. So it's a brilliant toy for any little people in your life. It's got quite a lot of track with it, so you can do lots of things. But I think one of the really cool things about it is it comes with some S-Stock trains and some iconic London landmarks, London Eye, Tower Bridge, that kind of thing. It's just a really fab set, totally exclusive to us. So yeah, we've got stocks in the shop and online. So it's just a really lovely gift.
And that it's not just that train set that's available. There's another one that runs around on batteries. Now, the thing I've heard from a little dicky bird that Sam Mullins, Mr. Grace, the man who runs this place, is going to have this train set running around his dinner table on Christmas Day. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, he's already bought it for exactly that. I think he's intended to use it to take the salt and pepper and the mustard around the table.
Like Yo Sushi for Christmas Day.
Unless you've got a cat that will just be like,
There's been a derailment of salt all over the dinner table. How lovely. Now, now where are we up to? Number 2. I'm great with these countdowns. Jumpers. Now, Laura, thank you, because of course I've got one. Just because I'm not wearing it, of course I've got it. Thought I'd model it like Terry Wogan used to in the 80s on his TV shows.
Looks fab on you. I should have worn mine like that.
Do you know, I just think there's something quite Hooray Henry, isn't there? This is where the microphone is completely covered. But the way you do that, do you remember when people used to do that in the 80s and 90s?
Well, maybe you're going to bring it back.
I'm bringing sexy back, aren't I? That's what I'm doing here.
I'd like to say about these Christmas jumpers, they're made in the UK, so that's really lovely, and also they're cotton, they're a cotton and polyester mix, which is partly recycled as well. So a really nice story there. We do a design every year, and as you can see, everyone's kind of rocking them this year. We've got Chris in last year's, and then we've got Laura in one I think was a couple of years ago. So they last, and they're just again a really fab present, really fun present. We've got the kids ones at £25 and the adults ones at £35.
They're gorgeous, and they come in all sorts of sizes. They come in extra small. They've got kids. They've got extra small, small, medium, large, and COVID, which is wonderful. Which means that as we're getting fatter and fatter, it doesn't matter what we do, we can all wear one. That's fantastic, and they really are lovely, lovely jumpers. And the other thing about them that I really love is that I really am doing QVC, aren't I today? That you can buy them year on year, and they're a bit like, you know, the Harrods bauble with a year on it, where each of your Christmas trees has got like the 1999 bauble and the 2000 bauble. Well, it's a bit like that with jumpers at the London Transport Museum. New designs every year. And at number 1, Laura Mullins, what have we got in the shop today?
Well, I just think this is the ultimate in gift, really. It's the Moquette socks in a box. We launched 2 new boxes last year, and they're still selling extremely strongly. We've got the modern set, and then we've got the vintage set. So modern is Moquettes that you can see currently on the network, and then the vintage set is obviously Moquette patterns from old, and it's got some really fab ones in. I think the vintage one I really like. I love the 1938 stock, and I love old Metropolitan, and the modern one, again, brilliant ones, new Victoria. But it's just the detail comes up really well in the socks, and it's just a really nice gift, really good price point, £40. So yeah, what's not to like, really?
And they do, and the massive box of mega socks is all of the brands together, all the different designs together.
Sold so well. We've run out online. We might have got a few in Covent Garden, but when this airs, I think they will be gone. We do have really good stock levels of the smaller boxes, though. So
great stuff. And you can buy the socks individually as well. Well, I mean, obviously in pairs.
Yeah, both.
One sock, but you know, you can buy pairs of socks as well. Now, Chris, these are being modelled by Chris Nix at the moment because
they're normally these are normally set just in the background over there in my shot, along with, I have to say, a Strab cushion up on the shelf there. But you can see just what
I've even got mine on.
Yeah, great work.
Nice.
You be careful, Laura, with that. I know your shoulder's having trouble. Don't lift your legs up too high. Honestly, we could be in all sorts of trouble.
I know,
could be
I've
in
got
traction by Christmas
as well.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Oh no.
Hang on. I might have to show you like my my slippers and joggers that I'm wearing as well, but I've got a little cat.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Hi.
That is
So
glorious.
it's actually quite difficult to show you the sock, but there you go.
That's lovely. So we've got the Hidden London book, the Moquette cushions, the train sets, the jumpers, the socks, the cuddly toy, and new in, Laura Mullins, pajamas.
Well, it's an exclusive. We're launching Moquette Rootmaster pajamas, brushed cotton. These are gorgeous, gorgeous pajamas.
Amazing.
Really lovely. They've got a roundel on the pocket, embroidered in, really beautiful. But like so many other retailers this Christmas, we are subject to delays. So by the time this episode launches on Saturday, I'm really hoping they will be in stock both in Covent Garden online, but there's a chance they might not be. So if not, they will be the following week. But we are doing everything we can to get them on sale because we know that they're going to make the fabulous Christmas presents. It's just that, you know, like the shortage of, tomato juice in this country. Currently, there is a shortage of Moquette pajamas.
Well, I'll tell you something. When you tell me they're in that shop, I will be beating a path. I will be pushing people out of the way to get into that shop to buy myself a pair of, obviously, I'm a size small. I'm so not. But we'll be doing that. Lovely stuff. And while you're here, by the way, Laura, we've had an idea for some other lines that you might wish to stock. Now, last week on the episode, Chris gives me chapter and verse every week on what I can and can't say. And we have special access to the Elizabeth line stations, okay? Now, I suggested last week a pair of underwear with special access written across it. Is that something that you might consider for the shop, Laura?
Alex.
Alex, that is never going to happen.
Okay.
See, Laura, every week I give him chapter on verse and what he can say, and then he ignores me.
Well,
Do
you
we
know,
think?
it's-
Do we think we could ever do maquette sockets? You know, like ankle socks, but with socks. No.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
You were
we
thinking
could do.
electrical sockets, weren't you, Alex?
No,
Yeah,
because
sorry.
I'm wearing ankle socks. You see.
Oh, the ones
That'd be
with-
good.
yeah,
Sockets.
Wow. I mean, the thing is, you just wouldn't see the design though; they'd be hidden. So
Nah, that's true.
So the thing is, Laura, my pant idea was a good one, but Laura Rigsby, one of our viewers, has suggested perhaps a museum shop should offer underpants with Private Rod written on them after the doors on the tube stations. I think that would be a real hot seller. You're very welcome, she says. What do you think about that one? No, it's a no.
No.
Anyway, back to the drawing board with that one. Laura, thank you very much for joining us, my lovely. I hope you sell well, and I hope that the Santa sleigh is empty by the 24th of December.
why, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks so much, guys.
Wonderful stuff. So next on this crazy Christmas episode, we were lucky enough to have the Papini sisters arrive at the museum one day. So we thought, well, we need to celebrate Christmas with a very special message from them. And here's what they came up with.
C is for the Christmas cards and bright lights down London Lane. H is for the hats on children demanding more candy cane. R is for a rubber bus conductor giving it some rest. There's a lot of red rouge master buses on baubles and lids. I is for the ice cold mugs and then S for socks all round. T is for the tube train hanging from trees all over town. M is for a pocket purse and then there's A for Harry back. And the scarf gets S for snuggling round your neck. C-H-R-I-S-T-M-A-S, it's Christmas. Put on your London transport stars and sing. C-H-R-I-S-T-M-A-S, we're together again. And you'll still be wearing your tube socks when it turns spring. Dong, ding, 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 dong. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, darlings!
That was rather festive, wasn't it, Laura?
I thought it was very festive, and they're just amazing, aren't they? Laura and her retail team have made the shop look just sparkly and magical and amazing. And then listening to that and hearing their lovely, lovely voices singing just it does make me feel all festive. And some of the products are just brilliant. She says wearing them and the socks and these.
I particularly loved seeing Sam just sort of coming in from the side, handing in the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was many, many moments of joy. Sids, I've got a very personal question to ask you, actually.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. It's a very festive moment. We often drink a lot. Have you ever thought to yourself, I'd love to go to a museum abroad and see what they do at Christmas?
Absolutely. That sounds like a wonderful time.
Yeah, often late at night. I think that too. So we thought we'd go, first of all, to the Frankfurt Postal Museum and see their inflatable Santa. That's one heck of a wave, Chris.
It is. So it's an compressed air activated Santa who is busily studying away and writing down what he's taking people for Christmas, and then wakes up to say hello when
Laura.
He's working on his naughty and nice list.
I bet he is. I was just thinking that we should have persuaded Laura to sell those in the museum. Would you buy one, Laura?
To be fair, my kids like an outside decoration, and there are quite a few on our road that are the ones that have the air blown into them. I'm not sure what I was expecting from the Poster Museum. I don't think it was that, but everyone loves a Santa, right?
They do. Why am I thinking Phoenix Nights? How very strange. Anyway, who fancies going to Nuremberg for a coach ride? Shall we do that? I quite fancy some Glühwein and a Nuremberg coach ride. Run VT. I love a squeeze box, don't you? And when it's deployed like that, and I think you have to deploy a squeeze box in that way. I think it's beautiful. But we were saying about the Marktplatz, weren't we? And how did you describe it, Siddy, auf Deutsch?
Eine große Platz, ja. Eine große Stadtplatz.
And for those of you listening in Kentish Town, that was a large marketplace. Christopher, beautiful stuff. We've had so much today. I feel like we've given our all.
You like the squeeze box in there. I thought that horn was quite impressive. I thought it was a postal horn at first, but he was playing tunes on it.
Yeah. Did you spot the horn, Laura?
Well, I was just thinking, say you had that lovely little ride around their large marketplace, if the accordion player would get in the carriage with you, and that's part of the experience or the treat, I think that would be rather pleasant.
He was lateral flowed earlier in the day. Can you imagine?
Exactly.
Sitting there and all of a sudden, where have you been? Nuremberg looks very, very pretty, doesn't it? It's worth a little trip on a low-cost airline. Be lovely. So that's it really for us today. We've been to Bank, we've been shopping, we've been around Europe as well. I would say there's been no other episode like it, and possibly never again. Christopher Nix, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. It's nice to take a little pre-Christmas cozy trip around the place. So thank you. Yes, enjoyed your company.
Beautiful stuff. Siddy Holloway, thank you for allowing me to don my Christmas jumper. Tree's not up yet, but it will be soon. Are you putting yours up soon?
No, I don't think I'm going to do a tree because we're not here for Christmas at all. So, but I don't know. I never actually had a tree up in England, so I might have to change that tradition and put one up. I don't know. I'll need your guidance.
I just get a small one. Just get a small one to say you've had it.
Yeah.
And Laura, what about you? You've got one up already, haven't you?
Absolutely. Mine's been up a while. And Siddy Holloway, I'm coming to your house to put a tree up. That's my role, I feel, this December.
Oh my God, please do. That'd be great.
Marvellous stuff. Excellent. She's like Mummy Christmas, isn't she? Christmas installer, Laura Hilton Brown. So you've found us on YouTube. Thank you. Like, subscribe and comment down below. We want to hear from you. If you want to find us on Instagram as well, there's little clues and hints as to where we're going next on our travels. Alex Grundon, Chris Nix, Siddy Holloway, Hidden London Law, and at LT Museum. And we're going somewhere really cool next week. Have yourself a great day and stay safe.